Hello, everyone. Now that we're a couple weeks into this second session of the 127th Legislature, I just want to take some time every week, at the end of the week, to kind of reach out to my constituents and anybody else in the state of Maine or even abroad to other states, and kind of tell you what's been going on in the legislature and what you can expect to see, in the coming weeks, and just kind of keep in touch that way. So I'm really glad, to be back into session, and now that a couple weeks, got our foot in the door again, and got back into the swing of things. And it's been a quick and interesting couple first weeks, and of course we just had the governor's impeachment that I'll touch on in a minute. But the first week that we had, it was really just moving a lot of paper. We worked a few days and put in some hours and just got into the swing of things really, and just kind of getting our foot back in the door, like I mentioned. But the second week was the interesting week. Just last Thursday, we had the governor's impeachment order came up, and we had about 3 hours or so of intense debate. It was you could definitely tell people, were prepared to come in and debate this issue on whether the governor should be impeached from his position or not. And it was definitely a hard time, to get through the debates. There was a lot of controversy behind this, not only the bill itself, but also the debates that happened in session. I do want to give a shout out to the Speaker Pro Tem, Jeff McCabe, who was very good and very fair through the whole thing, making sure that everybody stayed on track and that there was no slandering of everybody else in the State House or the governor himself. But it was a big waste of money, this whole thing. A lot of time wasted as well when we could have been doing other things that actually could help the state of Maine and the people that live in Maine. It was disappointing that we had to go in there for 3 hours and all the money that got put into it, just for something that I'm sure nobody was surprised by the outcome of the vote, which was in favor of the governor, 92-51 or around there. And it really was disappointing that the bill did get pushed forward, even though it failed and was indefinitely postponed by the House of Representatives. And it was also disappointing that after the bill had finished, there was yelling and screaming from the crowd from a few women, and that's not the type of atmosphere that we want to have in Augusta. Even though it happens sometimes, it's really important that we try to keep the tone of debate as calm as we can, and to express our opinions, but do it in a respectful way. And some of the way that the crowd had tried to react with us was not very appropriate in my mind, and was disappointing. But yeah, so coming up in the next couple weeks, obviously committee will be starting, and I serve on the Agriculture, Conservation, and Forestry Committee. I'm really excited to get back and meet with everybody again. And we had about 5 carryover bills, including GMO labeling, that we need to touch on, and also a pesticide bill. So that'll be good to get back in committee next Tuesday and Thursday, and it'll be a good time voting on those. And also to mention, we just had the Agriculture Fair and Festival go down in Augusta last week, and it was a great turnout for everybody, and there was some great booths, and it was great to interact with all the people and see what's happening in the state of Maine as far as agriculture. And we also had the Potato Board annual supper, the Commissioner's Supper. It was a great attendance. I'd say even better than last year's, and the governor came up and gave a great speech, and it was a good time. So one of the big bills that I think that we have coming up, especially that directly affects Aroostook County, because we're having this huge epidemic with the drug crisis going on in Maine, and they're looking to try to put a treatment facility up in Aroostook County, and I will try to get my name on there to be a co-sponsor if I'm not too late. It looks like a great bill. I don't have a ton of detail on it right now, just because it's the beginning of session, and we're just moving into things, and the bill will change so much throughout the session until it finally comes to its vote. And I think it's something that a lot of people can support. It seems like a good deal for Aroostook County, and as soon as I get more information, hopefully next week, I can talk about it a little more. But I really do look forward to seeing how everybody responds to this video, and I hope that everybody enjoyed that, and that I can kind of reach out to my constituents in a way. And if you ever have any questions, just comment below, and I can answer them next week. Maybe that's how I can start off the weeks, by answering questions for everybody, and or any concerns that you have, feel free to express them to me. And if you ever need to get in contact, please do, whether it's Facebook, email, or by telephone. I will respond as promptly as I can. But thank you for watching, and be in touch.